Hello, I hope you're doing fine. And in this video, we'll talk about preparation for high falls for the techniques iriminage or shihonage. So we've done already a video some time ago about general preparation for high falls, for the ukemi where you do a high fall. And we'll put the link in the description below so you can watch it again if you haven't watch it again or watch it for the first time if you haven't seen it yet. Today we'll focus specifically on the ones which we use for the techniques iriminage, shihonage, because they are a bit special. We are actually moving backwards and doing a forward high fall, so we need to turn our body and so on. And there are some drills, there is some practice that can help us prepare for this. So stay with us and see how it works.
Okay, so let's take a look at some different steps leading up to how to take these sort of high falls from either shihonage or iriminage. Okay, we're going to start with a bit more of a basic version, and that's actually coming all the way down to the ground and doing a forward roll from the knees. Okay, and this is how we again begin forward rolls. But when we're doing this, we place our hand and we want to start a forward roll already connecting all the way down to the ground. Okay, and as we do that, as we're already on the ground connected here, then the second hand is going to reach back, as if it's searching for the ground already on the other side. Okay? And it's almost like that hand is going to lead over. Okay, so once again, if I'm doing this, I'm going to position myself already on the ground. I reach back, and then I do the forward roll, letting this hand touch as early as possible. For our next step, we want to start kind of in the same position, but we're going to come up to the foot here. Okay? Now we're going to adjust what we normally do from here, which is taking a forward roll in this way. We bring the arms together, or the hands together, and we would take a forward roll, really like rolling like a wheel forward. But for this particular practice, we're going to slide back to the knee. Okay? So we're going to adjust our hands back to the knee. And as we do that, we're going to take the roll. As we come up and the head comes down, then the back leg is going to come up and the back arm is going to come up. So it's a lot like the roll that we just did on the ground, but as we raise, the back arm comes up. And again, it's going to search for the ground on the other side. Okay, so that's going to look a little bit like that. Okay, so the hand is going to reach early. Okay, if I do it on the other side, same thing. Here, I go back to the knee. Okay, so I'm already dropping right where I am here. I'm already dropping down. And I go down, and then the back part goes up. So as I go down, the back part goes up. For the last stage in this particular beginning practice, we do the same thing. So from standing, our basic normal forward roll, we could put the hands down in this way and take a forward roll. Okay? But like we did before, we're going to bring the hands back. Okay, so instead of bringing the hands to the front foot, we're going to bring the hands to the back foot here. And as we take our roll, then the back hand is going to raise as the back part of our body raises. So and here, we're going to raise up and come over. Okay, once again, from here, go back, and I roll forward. Okay, so that arm really reaches over early. Okay, when we take our forward roll, so normally we can take our forward roll in this way, coming down to the ground, and I'm going to show you a regular forward roll. So we come down to the ground, and we could roll forward. But this time, as we come down, we're going to place this front arm to the shoulder. Okay, now to do this, you want to be quite comfortable with forward rolls. Okay, so that you don't land on your shoulder. Okay, so you should do this with a supervised instructor to help guide you if you've never done this before. So from here, you put your hand down, and the back arm again is going to come up. Okay, in this way. So as I go into my forward roll, this hand is going to touch my shoulder. The back hand is going to reach up. and I go over. Once again, as I go down, touch the shoulder, the back arm goes up behind me, right, this way. If you want to do one more advanced version of this, you start by looking in the opposite direction of your forward roll. Okay, now what I mean by that is that I'm going to do a forward roll behind me, which is different than taking a backward roll. So if I take a backward roll, I come back and I roll over the top of my head backwards. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to look in this direction, but I'm going to take a forward roll behind me. So you'll note that if my body would turn, I would take a normal forward roll. Okay? So I position my arms to take a forward roll behind me. Okay? So that's an interesting practice to do because we don't have our head in the same position or our body in the same position. But it has to rotate a little bit while the feet are facing in the opposite direction. Now, the last step for this is to combine what we did just before by touching the shoulder and bringing the backhand up. So if I'm facing the opposite direction, I take my forward roll behind me and I touch that shoulder. I touch that shoulder and this hand then will become the backhand goes up. Okay, and so I come down and over. Okay, the other hand searches. One more time. Right. So as I turn away, I'm going to take a forward roll behind me. Sorry. I take a forward roll behind me, and this hand is going to touch the shoulder, while the backhand will come up. Right, so this way. Okay, so that way you can actually prepare for a shihonage or an iriminage type high fall. Okay.